everyone, it's the Flower Dragon here. I thought I would do a more like serious kind of advice giving video because I was thinking today, someone I know has recently broken up, and like breakups are really triggering for me. So if you're like easily triggered by like relationship advice or like topics about abuse and breakups and stuff like that, then please stop watching and click on my next video, because I know that stuff is like really rough on me, cheating and stuff as well. So if that kind of stuff triggers you, then yeah, look elsewhere, click on another video. I'll see you next video. But yeah, this isn't going to be scripted at all. I'm literally just going to grab my own diary of like the last breakup that I went through. And I actually did a lot of soul searching and a lot of research on ways to make myself feel better, because it had just been such a long time since I'd felt such a heavy blow. And how long ago was this? It was like, have to be at least like 2 years ago or something like that. But the 2 years before that was just really hard for me. I've always struggled in relationships. I'm one of those people that I call them long-term relationships because to me, I wanted them to be long-term, but they never last. They used to only last about 9 months. I think my longest was just over 2 years. But I would love for a relationship to last longer than that. So I guess that's why the breakup thing is very triggering to me. I don't know how people handle like when kids are involved, or when they're married, or when they've been with someone for like 8 years of their life, or a decade of their life, or even longer than that. Like that must be really, really hard to deal with. So I just wanted to like put my like thoughts and advice out there, and for anybody that's struggling with a breakup at the moment, this is the video for you, and I hope some of these tips help. So number one, hopefully I can keep track of this, but I'll put like little counters or something in the corner just in case I like screw it up. I'm sorry, like I said, this is completely unscripted. It's just something I really wanted to do, something I feel really passionate about, and my heart just goes out and just breaks into a million pieces every time I see someone going through a breakup, especially if like cheating or abuse is involved. Like it just hits really, really close to home, and I just I want to be able to help those people as much as possible, because I know what it's like. I've been there numerous times, and it's absolutely horrible, and I hate it. And I know it may seem like things are really horrible now, but you can get past it. You can get through anything. If you've been through the worst, you can get through anything. You know, you can't let other people just ruin you for the rest of your life. You know, like screw them. Screw what they've done. Like you know, you can recover, we can rebuild. So yeah, anyway, so tip number one is, first and foremost, make sure that you're safe. Make sure that you've got a roof over your head and that you're able to take care of yourself. That is your number one priority. Your number one priority shouldn't be trying to get back in contact with your ex and what are they doing and who are they talking to and rah 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 rah, and worrying about them and that kind of stuff. Your first priority should always be yourself. You need to make sure, especially if you're coming out of an abusive relationship, make sure that you're surrounding yourself with your protectors, your protective people. So like your immediate family members, a really close friend, a counselor, psychologist, psychiatrist, doctor. There's lots of help out there for you if you're feeling really alone, but I just want to reiterate that the number one priority is making sure that you are safe, you are well fed, you're able to like, you know, you've got hot water, you know, you've got a bed to sleep in. That's like your main priority. You need to get to you need to get to a safe place. So make sure that you're in a safe place. So that's the number one tip, is not worrying about what everybody else is doing and what they're doing, and like your number one priority should always be yourself. So I'm gonna get my diary now to help me with like the rest of these tips, but that was like the number one thing that I wanted to say, is just make sure that you are in a safe space. So say, I know that people go through breakups where basically their partner takes absolutely everything from them. They don't have a place to stay anymore. They don't have a vehicle. They don't have any of their stuff anymore. Material things you can always get back. I know it's really hard and it sucks, and screw them for like taking everything from you. It's a really horrible thing for them to do, yes, but those things you can rebuild. But the best thing you can do at the moment is just be in a safe place, have a home, have somewhere you can stay, or someone you can stay with. Just for the time being, you need to be in a safe place, away, completely as far away as possible from your ex, because that's going to come in. Probably tip number 2 will be no contact with your ex whatsoever. I'm really bad for this one. I'm always trying to reconcile, and like, you know, you miss them and you want to talk to them and you want to fix it and whatever. This is probably one of the worst things that you can do. And if you're anything like me and like research a lot about relationships and stuff, one of the things that, like, when you watch those programs, it's like how to get him back, and the number one thing they say is no contact. But I think no contact is good for so many reasons, and you're going to be feeling at your lowest point at this time when you've just been broken up with. You feel horrible. Like, you're, you know, being hard on yourself. You're being, you know, you're not being your regular self because, you know, you're unhappy. Like, no, people aren't usually happy about being broken up with. Like, you're with your partner because you love them, right? So breakups are gonna be really, really tough. So the worst thing you can do is like try and involve yourself more and more with the person that's let you go. You know, say la vie, like they've let you go. It's their mistake. Like, at the end of the day, I know this sounds cliche, but it is their loss and it is your gain, because you don't want to be with someone who doesn't love you or doesn't treat you the way you want to be treated. That's not all in. You want someone to be all in with you. So definitely you shouldn't be trying to contact them. Of course, like, you know, people go through breakups or they go through rough patches or whatever, and communication is key. Like, you should definitely talk things through with your significant other and, you know, try to make things work. But if they are adamant in their decision and they are really just giving you all the signs of just like completely switched off from you, you need to switch off from them to turn off your phone, block them on social media if you have to. Sometimes there's nothing to do with them and it's all to do with you, and you need your safe place, which is tip number 1. You need to be in your safe place. So not only in your safe space, but your safe place as well. So a home, and in your head as well. You need to have no contact with them, because they're, at the end of the day, they're the ones that hurt you. And I know that they might be your emotional support system, but you can't be running to them anymore. You need to look into yourself and look outside the box. Like, surely you have friends, you have family, or, you know, there are counselors, there are psychologists, there's doctors. There are many programs that you can look into if you are feeling alone and you feel like you can't or you are unable to reach out to anybody else. You know, not everybody has the same privileges. I get that. But yeah, the worst thing you can do is stay in contact during this period. Maybe you can be friends later. I'm not usually one to stay friends with my exes, but I have lived with exes before. Sometimes it works out, sometimes it doesn't. In most cases, the most healthiest thing you can do for yourself is to cut off contact from those people, cut off contact from your ex and those that surround themselves with your ex. Just for now, it doesn't have to be permanent, but at least, like, the first month is going to be the hardest. So that is at least a month to kind of start getting your life back together. But honestly, I would even recommend like 6 months, a year, maybe even longer than that. Like, it takes a long time to heal depending on the damage that you're healing from. So that is my tip number 2, no contact. I know it's really, really hard, but like, maybe even just give your phone to your friend or a family member and say, please, delete their number, or can you save their number for another time if I need it for whatever reason, but I really just cannot have any contact with them right now. So yeah, I know it's really hard. Trust me, I know it's really hard. I am the worst for this. But if there's anything that I could tell my past self, it's let them go. There are better things out there for you, better people waiting for you, like just better everything. Like it's only up from here if you're at your all-time low, trust. Yeah, so let me go to my diary and let me look at these other things, but I feel like those two are like the most important. Oh, tip number 3, actually. Tip number 3. This is especially if you're going through an abusive situation. Please don't feel threatened that you can't speak up about your situation. If you have been lied to, manipulated, cheated on, physically, mentally, emotionally abused in any way, please reach out to someone and tell them what happened. Don't let your ex pressure you and tell you things like, oh, I'll see you in court. That's what my ex did, by the way. If you ever speak up about this, if you have been abused, please speak up about it. I know it's really hard, and you know, I haven't even spoken about, like, at least publicly, like my behind the scenes I have to people that know me, but I haven't even spoken about like all the abusive situations that I've been in. I get how hard it is, but please, even if it's just in private, reach out to someone. You have support. Like, more and more people are coming out about their stories. Like, people will believe you. I know you feel like people won't, and it's not about bashing that other person and they're a horrible person and like trying to demonize them and stuff. Like, those that abuse, hurt people. That's what my mom used to say. Hurt people will hurt people. You know, they need help too. And maybe having that pressure from the outside of, hey, you can't be treating people like this. It's really horrible what you did to this person or what you did to your ex. Maybe it'll be that final push for them to actually change their behavior and do something. Actually, this is some of the best advice I was ever given. It was by a friend of mine, Anastasia. Hi, Annie. But she was saying to me that the best thing you can do when someone is treating you a way that you don't want to be treated, if someone is abusing you, the best thing you can do is withdraw yourself and walk away. Because if you keep going back, you're only telling them that you will always accept that behavior. And the best way for them to grow is for you to walk away, for you to say, enough is enough, I am done, I am out of here, you do not deserve me, I do not deserve this, and you need to better yourself, bye-bye. That was the best advice I was ever given, because I was like, I'm always one of those people that just wants to help everybody, like, if they're, you know, I just want to make them the best version of themselves, and I have a lot of empathy, which is really, really toxic when you're dating a narcissist or an abuser, because you end up shooting yourself in the foot because you're trying to help them be a better person, but they're never going to be able to do it if you are accepting what they're doing to you. And the best way to teach them a lesson is to kick them to the curb, basically. Just yeah. So yeah, that's tip number 3, is please be open about your experience. Open up to someone. At least you are not alone. And the more people that talk about it, the more people that will, and maybe we can, you know, we can open up that dialogue. We can talk about it. We can believe people when they come forward, you know, about the horrible things that have happened to them or the horrible things that someone has done to them. I think it really needs to be encouraged, not discouraged, and don't let anybody bullying you into telling your story. It's not throwing someone under the bus. It's not defamation of character. Like, that's a threat that a lot of abusers will use. They'll say that they're going to take you to court, and it's defamation, and it's only defamation if it's not factual. If it happened and there's facts and evidence to back it up, it's not defamation. Plus, you're only telling your story. You're not saying, oh, this person's a horrible person, but it's saying, this is my experience. This is what happened to me. This is what I went through. You know, they did that to me. That's the kind of person that, and it helps future people that will get involved with that person as well, which I've tried to do. And, you know, sometimes people have to learn the hard way, and that sucks. But the more people that are open with that dialogue about other people's toxic traits, you know, myself included, I have toxic traits too. But the more people that we open dialogue up with, maybe we can all kind of help each other. I know that sounds really sappy and cliche, but like, it's something I'm really passionate about, and I wish that more people could be heard and more stories would be believed. And they are more and more now. Like, I'm so like proud of society in a way that it's like, yes, thank you. Like, the reason why I didn't come out like all these years ago is because I thought that people were just going to demonize me and say that I was lying. So yeah, you don't have to worry about that. Like, you've got a support system out there, I promise. But reach out to someone about your situation if that is something you've gone through, whether it's abuse or a rape or cheating, anything like that. These are all terribly horrible things to experience, and you are not alone. And I just want you to know that you can tell your story, and it's really important for your healing. And even therapy, like exposure therapy, is you know, letting it out. Like, you need to let it out. Like, you can't keep that inside forever. It's pretty tragic, actually. Like, let's say tip number 4. Tip number 4, reach out to your doctor or get a therapist. I know that people think that, oh, therapy is for crazy people. And it's just like, well, we're all a little bit crazy. We're all like, can't deal with certain emotions, you know? And it helps to talk to someone who's a professional in that field and knows what to say and how to explain things to you and how to make you feel validated, because so many people do not feel valid in the trauma that they've gone through, or even just like the things that they aren't coping with. Not so much trauma, but I mean, to me, breakups are traumatic. Like, to me, they are. To other people, it's like, maybe not as bad. But for me, like, it really is, and it's really triggering. And it's really nice when you have somebody telling you, saying to you, that must have been really hard for you to go through that. That's awful. That's tragic. That's horrible. And somebody actually acknowledging that, like, it helps. It has really helped me going to therapy, like, not about like unrelated issues, not about breakups, but it does help when you are going through a rough time, especially like during a breakup, to go and see somebody. And like, they're at the end of the day, they are there to help you, and it really does help to feel validated and have somebody to talk to, and a professional that can, you know, give you steps of like how to think differently and behave differently, and, you know, be a better you. And trust me, I know that it might be scary and, oh, I don't know, like, trust me, I wish I'd done it much earlier than I did. So yeah, that's tip number 4, is get a therapist, get a counselor, get a psychologist, psychiatrist, talk to your doctor, talk to someone. It really helps when you're going through a crisis. So yeah, definitely that. And sometimes, like, you might not get along with the therapist that you have. There's plenty more where that came from. You don't have to see the same person. You can go to someone else. It's like, if you go to a bad pizza place, you don't have to keep going to the bad pizza place. You can go to the other one down the street. Like, you know, just try. Please try. Yeah, so anyway, get the diary, my glittery diary. Let us find it. Actually, that could be another tip. Tip number 5 is writing down your feelings. Sometimes you might not be able to verbalize your feelings, but writing them down really helps, especially for someone like me. Just letting it out, like just letting everything that's up here when my mind is like a mess, and like I have a very strong inner monologue. So writing it down really helps just get it out of my head. So if that's a tip that might help you. Here we go. Here we go. We've got a self-care routine in here too, so that might go hand in hand. So how to move on from a breakup. Okay, so tip number 6 is, and this is actually a really big one, people don't really think about this, is like, I guess your brain associates like smells and like texture and stuff like with certain things. And I have thought this was a weird one when I first read it, but change your bed sheets. So like if say your partner's moved out or whatever it is that's happened, you know, it's you've heard the term like, oh, they just jumped into bed like without changing the sheets first, or, you know, that kind of thing. Yeah, it makes sense. Like you're kind of washing away the past, you know what I mean? You're washing away that familiarity. You're on to something new now. But changing your bed sheets, I know that sounds really weird, but psychologically it does help. So yeah, like even changing up your decor, just changing your surroundings, so like you're not reminded, you don't want to be reminded of what was, you want to move on to new things. So that's 6. I already spoke about the no contact, that's on here, like remove your ex from all social media. That's a big one for me. Sometimes you just cannot be friends with someone that's hurt you that badly. Like you just can't. You need time, and you are entitled to that time, and no one should be bullying you and making you feel bad or guilt tripping you for needing time and space to yourself. Like it is, they don't get the benefits of like being your partner without actually being your partner. That's not fair. So no contact, you remember that one already. Okay, so tip number 7, find empowering music to listen to that won't bring up sad memories. I guess like when you're kind of reminiscing and you're sad, you want to listen to sad music, or a song comes on and like everything reminds you of that person. And I actually remember talking to my housemate about this. Apparently like you just think that everything is reminding you of them, but you could do that about anything. Like this red brick fence that I can see, like this red brick roof or whatever that I can see behind me was like their red hair, or like, you know what I mean? Like you can find something in anything if you're really looking for it. But music, it has a power on your soul, I guess. Like I actually remember being in, sorry to like go off on a tangent, but I remember being like music class and the guy was doing the drum and he's like, do you feel it in your heartbeat? And it actually like resonates like in your heartbeat, the drum beat and stuff. So finding like music can really affect your mood. So you want to be around like happy, upbeat music that makes you happy, that gives you good feelings. It doesn't have to, I mean, it doesn't have to be like, ooh, like sunshine lollipops. Like, you know, it could be metal if you wanted it to be, but as long as it's inspiring like good vibes, like you want those good vibes. So that's tip number 7, is like good music, good vibes. Tip number 8, it says in here, allow yourself to be sad, cry when you need to, and confide in people. So like I said before, do reach out. Please reach out to people. It's so important. Like it's really hard to do this kind of stuff on your own. Don't feel like not many people can do this on their own. And if they are, they're probably not really doing it. They're probably suppressing a lot of emotions in there, which is not healthy at all. But when you're sad, acknowledge that you're sad, cry, like let it out. There's nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that at all. Doesn't matter what gender you are, doesn't matter. You can cry if you were sad. There is absolutely nothing wrong with that. That makes you a strong person, that you can even show that to the world or show that to people, or even just show that to yourself. Like sometimes you need to just be sad, and when you've had I don't know, I feel like really good after a good cry. I'm like, oh, whew, my body just needed to let that out, you know, so just let it out when it comes, you know. Don't sit there and dwell and like, you know, stay in bed all day and you know. But when you do need to take a day and you know you just can't handle the world right now, like it's fine to just take a day to like just cry and just, you know, watch a nice TV show, and you know, so just let it out and talk when you need to talk about it. And you know your friends were there. You shouldn't have to apologize for talking about a traumatic, horrible thing that you're going through. Like they should be there for you, and if they aren't there for you, then you probably need new friends. But that's a whole other thing, isn't it? But yeah, so allow yourself to be sad. It's okay to be sad. Don't feel bad about being sad. This is perfectly normal when you're going through a hard time. The see a therapist thing is on here. I already said that. The no contact for at least 30 days, that's on here. This is what I was talking about before. Change your surroundings. Try a new look. Try a new decor. You're trying new things. You're experiencing new things. This is really, really important. Like, it'd be like if you were, this is an example, like you're dating, so I've done, like this has happened to me. But a guy that I was seeing once told me, never wear that green wig again. Well, he used to tell me like what I could and couldn't wear, and he hated like alternative stuff. So if you ever wondered like why that I just all of a sudden like changed everything and deleted everything, now you know why, because I was being manipulated and abused. Does anybody else laugh about their trauma and just shrug it off? Like, anyway, try a new look. So like, you know, what you could do to rebel against somebody that's telling you, oh, I don't like green hair, dye your hair green. Just do whatever you want. Go crazy. Do all the things that you like didn't think you could do or didn't feel comfortable doing. Now you can give it a go. And if you don't like it, you can always change back. That's fine. But try a new look. Try new makeup. Try a new hairstyle. Try new clothes. Try I don't know, a new place to eat. Try I don't know, like anything, just anything new, anything that you thought, oh, maybe I should do this, or maybe I should give this a go, and you're like, nah, just give it a go. Just try it. Got time now. Got all the time in the world. You know, try something new. It helps. Build your self-confidence back up. Now I get it. We all, like, probably just about everybody on this planet has a little bit of self-confidence issues, whether it's to do with their looks or, you know, their intelligence or like their personality. Like, it's all, everybody's got their little insecurities about themselves, right? But sometimes you just need to have a good day. And this one was take a photo, like a new photo, like a new Facebook photo or social media photo, or take a new photo of yourself, like just out there loving life, just trying your new looks or whatever it is that you're doing. Try and build up your confidence, like have a good relationship with yourself again. It's actually been really hard for me to like get back into like wearing alternative things and like going out into the world, like wearing it. And the best therapy is exposure therapy and just putting yourself out there and just doing the thing and just seeing how it goes, because everybody else isn't judging you and looking at you. They're just doing their own thing. And the people that will say horrible things or make you feel bad, well, they're just nasty people, aren't they? So you don't want anything to do with them anyway. So don't be afraid to, you know, show your self-confidence to the world and take an awesome selfie and feel really good about yourself. Don't think that this person that left you because, oh, I'm ugly or I'm too fat, or like, you're not. None of those things are true. Like, you are probably a wonderful person and you're beautiful when you're handsome and you can be confident and you can smile. And you're gonna get through this, babe. You're gonna get through it. It's gonna be fine. I know that sounds cliche, and you're probably sitting there like, when does it get better? This is shit. But trust me, it gets better, and there's like so many things to look forward to in life, like aesthetics and feeling bad about yourself and feeling like you weren't funny enough, you weren't cool enough. Like, you're all those things and more, sweetie. It's just that they weren't for you. That's all it is, okay? Don't ever blame yourself for somebody else breaking up with you. It's not anything to do with you. You heard that, like, oh, it's not you, it's me. That's true. It is all them. It's their fault. Like, their issue, your gain, their loss, okay? So, confidence building. Snap all the selfies. Go out, enjoy life. Try new things. Make yourself, whatever makes you feel good about yourself, do more of that. That's, you know, good. Exercise. Now, I hate exercising. I hate working out. I hate it. 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 But it's really good for your health and it's really good for your brain. I'm just gonna stop and take a drink of water. Oh, that's another thing. Stay hydrated. Like, stay hydrated and well fed. Like, really important. Like, don't just binge out on junk food all the time. Make sure you're making yourself like nice meals. Actually, cooking and making nice meals for yourself like really does help. Like, fuel your body. Fill your body with good, and the good things will happen. It's actually really hot now. It's really hot in Australia right now. But yeah, exercise. Now, if you're someone like me that doesn't really like exercising, dancing is exercise. Walking is exercise. You could do yoga. Yoga is exercise. These are all exercise. And you will find something that you enjoy, something that's fun. Something that's really good for me is doing exercise challenges, like get a flat belly in 30 days. Like, and then, you know, you take before and after pics and you like do it and you're like, yeah, I actually did it. I actually completed this challenge. You feel really good about yourself. So exercise is really important for your brain and your body. It's just good. You need to get out there, get out into the sun. That was another advice that my friend gave me, a different friend, her name is Tanya, when I was going through that horrible breakup. She's like, do me a favor, I want you to go outside right now in the sun, and I want you to take a picture of yourself smiling in the sun for me and send it back to me right now. And I did that, and you know what? I actually felt better. So get out there, enjoy life, go for a walk. Go for a walk in nature. Nature walks are the best. Nature walks like make me feel so good. You will experience things that you've never seen before, like especially if you're like on your own, or say even if you're with a friend and you go to like some botanic park somewhere, like some wetland or wildland or something, and you know, you see all these sights and you're like, wow, like you just see the bigger picture. You're like, that person, plenty more where that came from, plenty better people. Be around animals. Animals don't talk back, you know, and they just want to love you, and that's what you need right now. You just need a whole lot of loving right now when you're going through this breakup, and being around animals is really going to help that. So what else can I say? You just need those furry, scaly, fishy, I don't know, what else is there? Furry, fuzzy, insecty vibes, whatever animal it is that you're into that makes you happy, you should be around them more because they will make you feel better. I love that this one came after the animals, but hang out with your friends, you know? Like, I'm always one of those people that's like more animals over people, like, but hang out with your friends, like go out to social events, just get out there. Again, like I'm not saying like, you know, you don't have to like go out and like go on dates and stuff, although they do say that that's a good thing to do, is just get back into the game, and you know, you don't actually have to do anything serious, but just meet new people, just go out with your friends, have a good time, they're there to support you. Flirt with other people, like someone that you were interested in, but you know, you're a monogamous person. I don't know what your relationship preferences are. So it's relationship preference, not sexual preference, relationship preference. But you know, if there's someone that you've like, you know, you thought, oh, they're cute, but you know, you're respectful to your partner or whatever, now you can just openly go and flirt with them if you like. You can go make a new friend, or like, you know, experience new friends. You can, you know, you can be affectionate like towards people and flirty and just have fun with it. You don't, you know, nothing serious. You don't have to like tie yourself down or anything like that. But yeah, just, it makes you feel desirable again. You're just like, oh yeah, like I can like do this, and like it feels nice when like someone flirts back with you as well. Like, it's good. So that too. Don't feel like we, you know, we've already built up your self-confidence. We've done that. We've covered that. You can just get out there. You can just get out there and be like, hey, you there. Start reading, start researching, gather the knowledge. It's gonna make you feel better. You'll feel, I don't know, just reading and learning about new things just makes you, it makes you feel smart. Just makes you feel learned, I don't know, whatever. But read, like, especially even if you're just reading like fiction, like it makes you feel better. You can read sci-fi, you can read about vampires, you can read about unicorns, I don't care what you read about, like something that's making you feel good and it's keeping your mind off of what's going on, off of this breakup. You know, feed your mind. Your mind needs something else to think about other than your stupid ex that broke up with you, you know? It says challenge yourself to do something outside your comfort zone. So that can be like kind of go hand in hand with trying new things. But yeah, be brave. Challenge yourself. Do something that you would just never do. Like within reason, like safe. We're not talking about like letting loose and, you know, becoming an addict or something. Like I'm talking like just go skydiving or something, like just something that you would never thought you'd do. Join I don't know, a competition or something like that, like in your chosen field. Just do something completely out of your comfort zone. Because I feel like if you're putting a lot of time into something that you wouldn't usually do, you put even more time into it because you've never done it before and you want to do a good job, because I think most people really want to do a good job at stuff. So that's another thing that keeps your mind, it keeps your mind on helpful things, not past horrible nasty things. Practicing self-care, making sure you shower, making sure you brush your teeth, like personal hygiene, making sure you pamper yourself, clip your toenails, moisturize your body, have a nice bubble bath, like I don't know, lie down and watch a nice movie, like just self-care, like making sure that your body is feeling good. And if your body is feeling good, then maybe you might feel good on the inside too. It helps. Like, you know, when you're having like a good day, when you like shave your legs and you're like, ooh, I feel good about myself. Feel my legs are so smooth. It's kind of like that. You know, like if your body's like feeling good and looking good, you feel better. Like better than what you would if you were just sitting in the same clothes all week and not leaving your bed, you know? Like you gotta give it a good try. Like, you know, you can have like a day, like, you know, a couple of days, like, you know, take breaks in between where you just need to like chill out and have your chill out sesh, but try to, you know, try to do the right thing by yourself, by your body. Your vessel is important. Get a massage. Have physical touch. Physical touch is actually really important for us as human beings. So like even just giving your friends a hug, like, hey, would you mind, like, can I have a hug? Like that personal contact is so important. Even give yourself a hug, just like give yourself a nice rub, like rub your head, rub your neck, or yeah, go get a massage. Like you need that like physical touch. It feels nice, and it can get really lonely when you're on your own, obviously. So it helps if you have that physical touch, and just a hug or like, you know, a kiss on the cheek from someone, or like, you know, hold your friend's hand, or, you know, like play with each other's hair, or yeah, go get a massage, you know. That's everything that was written in there. I don't know if I really have anything else to add, but I guess basically that this is going to be hard, and you just kind of have to accept that it's going to be hard. Like breakups weren't meant to be easy, and people deal with it on different levels and different ways, but just know that you're not alone, and this is not the end of the world, and there aren't really plenty more fish in the sea. The sea is dying and we have dead zones. Existential crisis. Anyway, moving on. Sorry if I go off on lots of tangents, but yeah, and sorry if I seem like overly happy. I think it's just like I do that thing where I'm just like, oh, let's just like act like it's fine, you know. I don't know, but I feel like it helps. Like that's another thing. Smile. Just smile. You got this. I believe in you. You've heard it, right? Fake it till you make it. It actually helps. Like I actually feel in a really good mood right now. Like even laughing about like trauma and stuff like that for some reason, it's just like making me feel better because I can just talk about it now. I can just be like, yeah, this thing happened to me. Screw that person, but look at me. Like I'm flourishing. Like I'm feeling good. I'm happy. I'm really happy with where my life is at right now. I was in that low place, that horrible, horrible place. Like I was thinking today when I was like when I hear about breakups and stuff, and it just makes me so thankful. Practice thankfulness. Like even if like, this was with my psychologist the other day, but she was just like, even if you do it in your head, you don't even have to write it down, but just 3 things right now that I'm happy, like thankful for, happy about. Like, and she's like, it can be silly things. It can be like, oh, I'm really thankful for Hungry Jack's burgers. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it can be something really, really simple and really, really small. Just anything, like any tiny little thing that gives you any glimmer of hope in this world. Like, you know, practice thankfulness, because the more that you're like thinking positively and thinking about those things, the more thankful and grateful you truly get. Because when I see these horrible things or people going through like a hard time, I'm like, man, I'm really thankful for my life right now. Like, I've been there where you are right now, and it sucks, and I'm so glad that I am here where I am now. And if you think about it, say if it was to happen again, you can go through it again. You can do this. You've done it once. What's another 50 times? You know, like, you got this. Like, you can do this. Don't let one person ruin your entire life and existence. Like, you are so much more than that. You are so much better than that. Like, don't give them that. They get nothing. They get nothing from you. Nothing, I say. Be the best you that you can be. And, you know, it's gonna be hard. It's gonna be really hard. It's gonna be so hard. Or is it? Maybe you're gonna get through this really easily, a lot easier than I am. But just know you are not alone, and to just reach out and to try these tips and just try and rebuild yourself again. Like, I know it sucks and I know it's hard, but it's a new experience, and that's what they've given you. If there's any takeaway from a breakup, is they've given you a new experience and they've taught you something, and this is like the best thing for you. Like, it might not seem like it now, but you're gonna be in a completely different place a couple of days down the line, a couple of months, a couple of years. You're gonna be in a completely different place, and it's not as hard as it's never as hard as you think it will be. That's who told me that? Someone told me that recently. They're like, it's never as bad as you think it's gonna be, and that's true. I do all this, like, I spend all this time worrying about stuff, and then it never ends up happening the way I thought it was gonna happen. It's usually a lot easier. Like, you can do this, you can cope. It's gonna be rough, but the support is out there. And hey, if you ever need to reach out just to talk to a friend, like, just talk to an open ear. Like, I'm not a trained professional or anything. I'm just a person, just a bean trying to get through life. But if you ever need to reach out to someone, I am here too. I have a Discord, we talk in there. Like, links are down below, you know how to contact me. But that is the end of this video, and I really hope that it helped, or at least made you feel a little bit less alone. And, you know, just because you've experienced something like really terrible, or you're going through something really rough right now, that doesn't mean that you can't come out of it alive. You know, that you can't come out of it as a beautiful butterfly, because, like, that's what this is. It's like a reincarnation of yourself. It's a reinvention, a metamorphosis of yourself. Like, take the good with the bad, you know what I mean? Like, it's gonna get better, it's gonna get easier. You're not gonna be in this place forever. The place that you're in right now, this deep dark place, it's not gonna last forever, okay? Like, you can get through it. Take it each day as it comes, just day by day. Just do a little more, do a little more, do a little more, until you feel like yourself again, until you know yourself again. I'm gonna keep rambling. I could talk about this kind of stuff all day, but I hope that this helped, and know that you're not alone. And I'm really sorry that you're going through this right now, and it really, really sucks, and my heart goes out to you, but you're gonna get through it, and you're gonna be okay. Trust.